If you ever felt like the most exhausted in a room, like you're carrying something heavy that no one else notices, then this conversation's for you. Hey, it's Shanique, and the Internal Shift Diaries is a little bit different from all the other videos on my channel. This is where I bring my real life revelations, my own journals, things that I've been going through and healing from in real time, the questions that you have, even the ones that you don't even feel comfortable asking your friends. Today, we're going to go into growing up in a Caribbean household, what I've personally had to unlearn, what it feels like to outgrow people, how it feels like to start over in your mid 30s, no relationship, no kids. So let's get into it. Growing up in a Caribbean household and what I had to learn. The last 2 years have been an internal, unravel. And a lot, I have to honestly say, if you are a Caribbean descent, then you know the Caribbean, specifically background Jamaican, love food, the people, the vibes. I always tell people you need to go to Jamaica at least once in your life. I love to dance. It's a part of the culture. But there's also other areas that has contributed to all the unlearning that I've been going through in the last few years and still healing from. And we're being raised by parents that didn't normalize getting their minds right, or it was on a religious background that in itself can be miscommunicated by. And as I grow and start to mature in the awareness and understanding how I play my own role and take accountability for the actions that I had to overcome, you start to realize that your mother, your father, if you had one, I didn't grow up with a father, that's in its own self that I had to all heal from. But you have to understand that your parents are also living in an age that they never lived before, right? Doesn't excuse any toxic relationship, should that be your reality. I don't necessarily say I've been mistreated anyway, but based on the ideal of how I internally want to feel and grow, I didn't grow up in a household that nurtured what I expect for myself now. And it goes to the point that mental illness and communication, all that wasn't really taught. It's barely taught in westernized school. So we're being raised by adults that weren't healed, that never were nurtured correctly or nurtured in a way that would play down to nurturing you and I as their children in a way that helps our current growth. And I'm trying to say this in the nicest way because this is not about kind of putting blame on anyone. It's understanding that we all have our own brokenness. We all have our own reasons why we do things. We all had our own pressures. And most people, despite being in a first world country, will never understand why we're programmed or why we've been conditioned or how we've been conditioned, I should say, to think and act in a certain way that we don't even know how it's affecting the generations to come. So that's also a reason why it's funny because people say that the women that say they don't want kids are usually the ones that should be mothers. And I'm not necessarily a vote to be a mother right now or at all, but I can understand that going through my healing and healing my inner child and really stripping away everything and relearning everything, I can see how precious it is to be a mother, to raise someone else, to raise another consciousness. And a lot of people are not taking motherhood or parenting in that way. And coming from cultural background where fathers are not around, and you just repeat the same generational curse of fatherless homes, that you as a single mother don't even have time to deal with your own issues, let alone have the patience to deal with a child. And I can only say that based on my own perspective. I'm just trying to figure out who I am. I can't imagine bringing in someone else in this world and then having the patience to then teach them how to maneuver this world, and then also deal with another personality. Like, who told you to even, most people don't even think of those things before they even have children. It's like more like, do I have all the financial means to take care of a kid, versus do you have the emotional capacity, the mental capacity to raise another consciousness into a civilized human being? That's that. If anyone else has experiences this, I can't be the only one. Having the conversation about what you're going through, and then the person starts put on themselves as a sorrow competition, like who had the worst life ever. As if like I'm sharing it, and I'm not a person to share things out of victimhood. I'm not a person that I can identify a situation and then see how it affected or influenced the decisions that I made, which then trickled into how my life is right now. And I'm like, dang, I wish I knew better then. Now, imagine having that conversation with someone who may not be emotionally intelligent, or for some reason feels the need to compete with you, even on the level of struggle or healing. And then I start learning that my struggle is not grand enough, and or not everyone or most people can you have the conversation with anyway. So I then become a person that, what's the point of having conversations or sharing what you're going through if, one, you're going to be told you should be grateful that someone else's struggle is harder than yours anyways, or someone's just not going to understand or give a very plain Jane direction to go like pray about her or something. Hence why I'm such an advocate for therapists, because having someone who's trained to help you process these thoughts is important. I just say that to say that is where the loneliness comes in. And then being in a culture where having conversations, real conversation, hard conversation isn't welcomed or something that was trained to do. So I've literally tried to have conversation or tried to speak into individuals where they then pounce back at me because apparently I sound like a therapist, or I'm whitewashed, or I'm lecturing them. And then I start to realize that you cannot have these types of conversation with someone who's not also emotionally intelligent. And it sucks. As someone who could see themselves as an empath, it actually hurts to not be able to express or have a flow of a healing conversation that's beneficial to both person, without having this person take my questions or my reflection as a means to putting them down or putting up a mirror. Because if I can overcome something that was hurtful, then it puts up a mirror to other people that, dang, like if she can do it, why can't I? But no one necessarily, especially if you're talking to someone who wants to stay in their pain or has identified it for so long that they don't even know who they are outside of it, they're going to see you overcome and then put an excuse like, for example, oh, you're whitewashed, or because you grew up in a better situation, that's why you can say those things. It's insane to me. Again, leave the comment down below if I'm even talking somebody else's truth right now. My new favorite word is the nervous system. Nervous system. Oh my gosh. Like, let's just break it down. The nervous system operates on a threat detection system called neural synapses. Neuroception. It scans the environment constantly for safety or danger. When your early environment was consistently unpredictable or high pressure, your baseline threat levels get calibrated higher. So genuine calm can register as suspicious because it's outside the pattern your body learned to accept. So I grew up with a lot of shouting. I would explain like, why are we yelling? Why are we shouting? And the response would be, that's just how Jamaicans are. And it's like, because you act and behave in a certain way, because of the culture, I'm supposed to accept it? No, because what I'm always going to do, and you always need to do, is choose yourself every single time. So if your nervous system throws off, then you need to protect your peace with everything in you. So I grew up listening, and I can tell you who's walking around in my house just by the footsteps and the noises, because I had to learn that certain people at certain times do not cross paths with. Not everyone has to deal with that. Okay, so now my body has programmed that. I have to learn to relax my body to be receptive for different opportunities, or else I would always be in a broken nervous system and reading things incorrectly, or reading things through a survival of protecting myself, protecting my peace. And that goes down to, now you're an adult now. It is your responsibility to protect with everything. And if you're on this channel, it's because you're learning emotional intelligence. You want to navigate your life and build your life from the inside out, and you are becoming more of a mature person. That doesn't mean you be a bigger person and let everybody in your life. What it does mean is that you can communicate correctly to set boundaries and upset a few people in order for you to re-regulate your nervous system to receive the best life ever, to receive respect. And I'm gonna tell you right now that I've already seen the changes in people and how they respond back to me. Now learning, how does the woman I want to be, the woman that is surrounded by people that are respectful, that are peaceful, that, again, not everyone's perfect, but how does she respond? And she's not going to go down to that level, because I worked too hard to train my nervous system to not have to react in that way. I now understand that everybody is only maneuvering and acting out in a way that that's their pattern, right? And I can see how they communicate with other people. They have accepted that. So I say this to say, you need to protect your peace with everything so that your body is ready to receive the peace, the love, the joy, despite what your environment wants to test you with. That's just how they reacted. And as soon as they see my reaction, my spirit, my energy, they all the way went up to high vibe, because I wasn't going down to low. Oh, choosing peace on purpose. Peace is not a destination. It's a decision you make over and over and over again. And if you are in a place where, okay, usually you would have clapped back because people need to be put in their place. Is that who you are becoming to be? You can act in the confidence and stay firm in high vibration, in a classy manner, in not even entertaining these things, and still demand the respect. I truly believe silence will be heard over unnecessary nonsense than anything. You removing your presence, even from people that truly want to villainize you, you will see how fast they'll try to swivel their way back into your life, because deep down, they know it was never you, but your presence, you were always that person. You do not need to become someone different or become someone aggressive to stand on any sorts of business. You protect your peace for yourself. You track the right people, and the ones that will realize too late will realize too late, and you will be living at peace regardless. I close everything down to rebuild and truly do what I want to do. And 5-6 years ago, it was always to speak life into people. I was inspired by speakers like Tony Robinson. Yeah, like Tony Robinson, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy. Those are some old school heads. And I love the fact that they dedicated, slept in their cars just to tell other people to smart the hell up, that they're meant for greatness. And I never saw that as like, oh, like you're just talking motivation. Like I know you need more than motivation, but it was the fact that they chose their short-term suffering and was committed to the true belief of who you are and what you can achieve, that they wanted to share that in other people. And I'm like, yes, people need to know what they're damn well worth, even though at that time, I don't even know what I'm worth. I'm just learning more and more of my worth. So I just decided a month and a half ago that I'm closing down on my social medias. I'm restarting. I'm starting over. I'm doing exactly what I want. I don't think it's silly. And I think that if you're on this and if you're here on this video this far, by the way, you should subscribe, because you are definitely my people and you're my tribe. We need to chat. but we are in this together. And it's not like I don't believe I'm starting over or in the middle. I believe I'm already her and you are already her. Manifestation is instantly. Truly being aligned and embodying the person is instant. Everything around you has to catch up. Simple. So go ahead and lock in, because I need to know what manifest and form for you. Right now, it's this YouTube channel you're watching for yourself, right? If it wasn't for the decision to shock everyone, close down my business, close down all my other brands, deals, or whatever, to do this, it wouldn't happen. It was all a thought, right? And now it's an edited video for you. So that's what's been on my mind. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch the other videos I posted this week. For the first kickoff month, I'm going to be posting 5 times a week, Monday to Friday. Hold me accountable so that I can really connect and get serious about this and be the example, and truly be lit up. So let's hear the comments or questions for next Internal Shift Diaries. What's going on? What do you feel stuck on? I'm going to still share my revelations. I love using Cloud to just brain dump my dreams, brain dump after reading what revelations I have, brain dump the things that I'm trying to just overcome. And those are usually the context of my videos. And I'm really looking forward to see who resonates and what questions and comments you have, because I'm so hyped to have these conversations. I'm so hyped to make more videos and just to connect with everyone. I see all you guys. I see all of you guys. I'm so excited. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you love and even more strength. I'll see you in my next video.